Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. My name is Sam Beyer, and this is my good friend, our editor,
Nicholas Fichtner. How are you guys doing?
All right, how you doing today? Are you doing good?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a really nice day.
All right. So, everyone, as I said, this is Nick, our editor, and my personal best friend for the past, oh, God, what has it been?
It's been a while. It's been like 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
It's been a bit. But we decided, since Matt couldn't join us today, due to just complications in the schedule, we said, hey, why not? Let's just have him sub in and just talk to him. So, well, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Definitely have been having a lot of fun doing this podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying it. All the behind the scenes stuff you guys really don't see, but it's a lot of work, and I'm really glad that I'm able to join you guys for this episode.
I agree. Listen, if anyone here thinks it's just me and Matt doing the work, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You got it backwards. You got it just so backwards. He does most of the work.
I do a lot of work. After we film, there's probably about 18 to 23 hours of editing afterwards, as well as uploading and promotions and all that fun stuff. So it's definitely a lot of work on my end, but I love what I do. So
listen, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this, because I'm gonna be honest, when you were not here, this would not be happening.
No, you're very welcome. Anytime.
All right.
I love doing it. So.
All right. So how did we meet?
How did we meet? We met in 5th grade. Okay, that's not true. We knew of each other back in elementary school forever ago. It was during recess or something like that, and we pretty much I was looking for conversations with people. And I asked, who wants to hear about a video game? And I said, the video game is Skyrim. And Sam was the first person that wanted to talk about it. We would walk laps around a blacktop at our elementary school for hours talking about this video game. And all of a sudden we became best friends. We started hanging out all the time, and I'm pretty sure I see him every single day, and I call him every single day on vacations, weekends, and pretty much everything else. So,
yeah. So thank God I have connections. Dear Lord. Okay. Well, what made you decide to start doing what you're doing?
So back in 2020 when quarantine started, I was starting to get a little more into social media. I downloaded Instagram for the first time, which was amazing. Absolutely loved it. And then one of my friends said, you should start doing Twitch. You should start streaming on Twitch. And I was like, I like that idea. Made a Twitch account. I don't even remember what my name was. And I streamed 3 times a day for about 3 weeks straight. And they were probably hour and a half stream each.
You streamed on Twitch?
For a few weeks, and then I found YouTube, and I started doing that, and I still do that. So I streamed on Twitch if I can find my name, it'll be somewhere behind us. But yeah, I started streaming on Twitch. I streamed for about an hour and a half each day, 3 times a day, for 3 weeks straight. And then on May 8th of 2020, at 1 a.m., I recorded my first YouTube video. And I still remember the title. It was Spider-Man PS4 gameplay, welcome to my channel. Something like that, something along those lines. And I've come a long way since then. I have progressed so far in videography and editing and directing since then. I've made professional videos for manufacturers before. I've made skits for other things. So I've done a lot of videography, and yeah. Basically where I started. I started on a little YouTube channel.
You remember the exact time and date that you hosted your first YouTube video?
I do, and that's only because my friend peer pressured me into it. He was like, you should start a YouTube channel. I'm like, I don't know, should I not? Like, what should I do? And he was like, you really should. He's like, just film a video. I know it's like midnight right now, but just film a video. And I was like, all right, fine. So I downloaded a recording software on my PS4, and I recorded a video, and I uploaded it, and that video actually did really good. Like 120 views within an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
So the video did pretty good for a first video, and considering I'd never been on social media, didn't get to promote it anywhere, definitely was useful. But, yep, started YouTube there, still do YouTube, upload pretty often. So
now I'm jealous, okay. Okay. So you think your friends influence you a lot in what you do?
They definitely do. There are a lot of things that I won't do when it comes to peer pressure. I'm very good at blowing things off if needed to, but I will definitely give in to some things depending on what it is. If I see a friend making YouTube videos, which one of my friends, his name's Caden, really nice guy. He was the one who wanted me to start making YouTube videos. He's been making videos for years. And I was like, I want to do what you do. So I did. I started. And it was an amazing experience. Still love doing it. It's actually why we're here right now.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Why not?
All right. Anyone who's watching right now, here's the video right now. I don't know what I'm pointing at, but it's around here. So maybe it's in the link. Maybe click on it. But, all right. Do you think you influence me what I want to do?
When it comes to you, it's very difficult to influence you.
That is nonsense.
That is not. That is a fact.
How?
That is factual. This guy, back in, 7th grade, something like that, he was a very interesting person. We'll say that. He came up with very fun and creative excuses for things.
I have changed a lot since 7th grade.
He has. He has definitely switched up a lot. He's much more mature now, I would say. Whether that's
okay.
Whether that's from me or that's from him, I don't know. But some of our other friends would probably beg to differ.
You think I've matured? How?
In very few ways. He is still a very creative guy. He still comes up with creative ways to insult me. He still comes up with very interesting stories, very interesting drawings. This kid can draw. I cannot draw at all. I'm not artistic in any way. And this guy, he can draw, and he's pretty good at it. And he is very creative when it comes to things like that.
That's true, but I will say one thing. This guy is so freaking good at anything that comes to science or math.
That is not true. I'm really good at math, both geometry and algebra. I can do that really well. Science, I'm pretty good at biology, pretty good at physical science. Earth science, I can't do it. I'm not the greatest at it. I'm sorry. Science teachers, I apologize. I'm not the greatest at it.
Oh, as we're going to be reviewing right after this. Okay. Okay.
You'll see that coming soon.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a party. But let me ask you this. Why do you think you're not good at earth science?
Earth science, there is a lot that comes into it. There is all continental drift. There's volcanic eruptions, tectonic plate shifts, whatever it is. I can't keep track of it all the formulas for everything. And that also includes space, weather. I can't keep track of it all. It's too much for you to remember. Biology, I want to grow up and I want to be a doctor. And I want to go to med school. And biology is something that I kind of need. So I've always been really good at biology for some reason. Life science and biology, I've always been really good at. But earth science, for some reason, I just can't keep up with it. I don't know why. It could be the fact that there's a lot to remember. It could be the fact that I'm just not good at it in general. I have a friend he's going to college right now to be a geologist. He's really good at it. Me, on the other hand, I just can't pick it up for some reason.
From what I've known from you for the past...
However many years it's been.
However many years. I'm going to just say 6.
All right, 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
I have learned you are very technical in your mind.
Definitely. I definitely am. I do a lot of logic thinking. When it comes to anything, I can usually figure it out by logic, especially if it has to do with technology. I'm really good at technology. I build computers. I've been building computers for 3 years now. I edit and direct, obviously. That takes a lot of practice, and I've learned it all through trial and error. Technicalities is definitely something I can do pretty well. But again, it depends on what it is. If you ask me to draw something, I can't do it. But if you give me a graph, a ruler, and a compass, I can draw incredible things. So
that is true. You are just... When it comes to you just having a piece of paper and a pencil... You won't draw anything, but if I give you some mathematical tools, you'll just draw anything.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just... The way your brain works is interesting to me, but sometimes, and this is the nicest way possible, is very frustrating.
Oh, that's a complete fact. I can do a lot of things with my brain. And the things that I can do, the abilities that I have, really drive this guy crazy sometimes. And our guy behind the camera is shaking his head as well.
It's true. Because you're a genius.
I'm not a genius. I'm not a genius. For everybody who thinks I am, I'm not.
Why you're not a genius?
Because I'm not. Okay.
Why?
Because I don't have hundreds in all classes. I'm not in college right now. I'm not a genius.
Let me ask you.
I'm really smart, but I'm not.
Let me ask you a question. Why do hundreds in class make you smart?
I don't know. Without the grades, I feel like the grades are just books. They don't show your true intelligence. They show how much you work. When you get here, let's get rid of tests for now. We'll just say homework. Let's say you're really incredible at calculus. You get calculus homework, but you just don't do any of it, your grade's going to be super low, even though you know all the material. Grades only show your effort. They don't show your actual knowledge, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true. Do you agree with me?
I disagree.
You disagree?
All right, let's hear this. I don't care what you say. School does not teach good work ethic, and I do not like it. It teaches kids this knowledge they'll never use, which doesn't bother me. But here's the thing. They don't teach you well enough so you learn how to learn actual material you'll actually need.
That's actually a fact. I've really wondered in school, like, I can't write in cursive because I was never taught it. Granted, I don't really care.
Need it.
I don't really care. I mean, I'm going to need it eventually. You can't print your name on a check.
That's true. That is bothersome.
So we're going to need to learn I'm going to have to learn that eventually. There are a lot of things I can't do. But in school, when they teach us all these random things that we're not really going to use in life unless you go into a specific field, I feel like we should spend more time on learning how to do our taxes and do like all this other stuff that we're actually going to use in life, rather than teach us why the stars are shaped in constellations. I don't know, it's just a random example, but still.
Stars, okay. Well, that's fair. But for me personally, I think what school's trying to do isn't trying to teach you information itself, but what it's trying to do is teach you how to learn actual information.
That's a fact. When you're in school and you're trying to learn something, they're teaching you how to learn something new, but they're not teaching you the practicalities of whatever you need to know for life. I'm never
gonna need how to find the square root of some insert random number here or some random shape.
He's never gonna need to know 160 digits of pi for life.
Tell the story, please.
Okay, so this year I'm taking geometry with Miss Fennel, and she gave us a competition. Who can memorize the most digits of pi before Pi Day? For Pi Day, I memorized 160 digits. I'm not going to bore you guys with it, but I'm never going to need to know that. That's a useless skill. A complete useless skill that I have.
No, but here's the thing. It teaches you how to learn.
It does.
You know how to learn.
I do. I can learn very well and very quickly.
School tries to do that. I can't say that it guarantees it or that it does. What I'm trying to say here is every kid learns their own unique way.
Yeah.
How do you learn, do you think?
Depends. I learn in a few different ways. Depends what I'm doing. Am I doing math? Am I doing music?
So say math.
Math. Okay. Math, I learn logically. If I'm given a triangle and I'm given another triangle and they look the same, I'm going to say they're congruent until proven otherwise. If I'm given the square root of a completely random irrational number and I'm given another number, a random number, I would say that they have nothing in common until I can prove that they do. Until I can prove, it's like the whole innocent until proven guilty thing. It has nothing to do in common until I can prove it otherwise, and vice versa.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
For me, I learned in the dumbest way possible. Basically, if someone just randomly goes up to me, tells me a random fact, I will remember it for years.
Oh yeah, he does it all the time to me, and I'm like, how do you remember what I said on Tuesday, March 22nd, 2017 at 4 p.m.
And I won't have an answer. I'll just remember it.
He remembers exactly what I said at that time, but he can't remember what context it was in or anything.
Exactly.
Me, on the other hand, I can memorize things. If I were to stare at something long enough, I just memorize it and I could recite the entire thing. So
I can't do that. For me, someone has to walk up to me, explain it to me, and then leave. Like, I can explain right now how a nuclear bomb works and how they function and all of that, but I don't know 10 digits of pi.
3.1415 times 26535. I think that was more than 10, but anyway.
Like, I'm gonna try as many as I know. I got exactly 10. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, and I can go 16 times that, so.
What do you think of school?
What do I think of school? I think school is very useful. School is very interesting, and I do enjoy it. I definitely like school. The only thing I don't like is when teachers are constantly giving you work and they don't give you time to do it. Now, I'm definitely one of those kids that procrastinate. I'm pretty sure all my teachers can vouch for that. I like to push things off the very last minute, if I can. But I do have to say, there is definitely a point where I will have so much work given to me at one time, and then I'll have like 2 days to get it all done. And I do have a life out of school. I do have things I do out of school. I know school is definitely like one of the top priorities that I should be focusing on. I do want to hang out with people overall and socialize, as well as just have fun overall. I don't want to spend 24/7 doing homework and studying for tests. I do want to have fun in life. So when teachers don't communicate with each other, I feel like, and they don't like be like, okay, I'm gonna give a test this week. If you guys could wait until next week to give a test, so the students don't have 2 tests this week. That is what I think teachers should do more. I think they should communicate more and learn more about that. We don't want to have so much work piled up on us, and same goes for them. We don't want to wait until the last week of the semester to hand in everything, because that just puts too much work on them. And I really am sorry for the teachers that have students that do that to them.
Oh God, that's what I do.
Sam, you can't do that. That's
Why?
so mean.
It's not okay. Okay, in my defense. Okay, I don't have defense, but still.
Yeah.
When it comes to school, what you just said, I completely agree, because I'm not going home until 5:30, and right now, after school, this is what I do. I come here, record. This is the second time, but usually I like sit over here, do geometry homework, go home, and then I have 4 hours. The problem with homework is they mix work with not work time. That doesn't work, in my opinion.
I agree.
There's nothing wrong with a good work ethic. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying there's a problem mixing work with playtime. That's a problem.
That is a problem. And the other thing is, students need to get better at it. We need to set a specific allotted time for work and to do our homework and get and study for tests and things like that. But we also do want to have time for fun. We do want to have time to hang out with friends, play video games, whatever you want to do. We do want to have time for that. We don't want to have to go home and then spend the next 4 hours from, like, we get home around 5 each every day because we stay here, film. I work in the tech department after school. So I am busy after school. I don't normally get home till 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then if I have to spend 4 hours doing homework, which I never do, by the way, I'm up till 9 doing homework. And then if I wanted to play a video game for an hour, it's already 10 o'clock. And then I got to get up at 6 a.m. the next morning to get ready for school.
Exactly.
So
you make your entire day of school, and you have no time to actually recuperate that night. So you come in just feeling drained and gross.
I feel that all the time. Teachers, if you're watching this, communicate with each other more. That's all I ask.
That's fair, but here's my thing. I understand why they don't.
I completely understand why. Students need to be more responsible for themselves. We are in high school. We should be responsible for ourselves. Our professors in college aren't going to care.
Exactly.
But I also feel like teachers can communicate with each other a little bit more. If you guys don't already. If you guys do already,
then we're dumb.
Then we clearly don't see it. But if you guys don't, or if you do like a little bit, I just ask that you do it a little bit more. And you try not to all like hit us with so much homework at once, because it gets really stressful on our parts. I've had last year, I was at a point in one class, I forgot what class it was, but I was having a really difficult time in a class, and I went to Mr. Moffat asking for help because I had no idea how to make it through the school year. I was going crazy already. I wrote him an email saying, I don't even know how to like get through school right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. I go to him and he gave me all these amazing tips, and he started helping me a lot. So Mr. Moffat, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, and you're the reason I'm where I am today.
Thank you for every single teacher out there who's just trying their best to make everything fun and interesting, and not like just slapping you in the face
with work. We really appreciate it,
and
guys.
all that.
There are
Thank
students that don't show it. So teachers, we love you guys. You guys definitely do everything you can to help us learn, and we really appreciate it. In the real world, you're gonna have a boss eventually. That boss is not gonna be nice to you unless you could have a nice boss, but odds are your boss is gonna be strict on you for a while.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen, and they're not gonna care. And then you're gonna come back to high school. You're gonna come back here to see your teachers, and you're gonna be so appreciative of them and everything they did to help you.
Oh my goodness, they took so much and just kept going. That's why I respect my teachers.
I respect all teachers and all staff here.
I really do. If you're a teacher right now, you have so much more patience than me.
Oh, seriously, I could never be a teacher.
Exactly, neither could
I would get fired probably for lashing out at a student or something.
I couldn't last a week because there would have been a point where I would have just snapped and just left. Like, bye.
Oh yeah.
Just walked out of my
True.
class.
Yeah.
Because teachers just take so much garbage from kids who know nothing.
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And they know, and they can help them. But the kids are like, nah, I'm gonna just not listen to you and not care. I'm just saying that I think teachers are honestly, they're great at what they're doing.
They're unseen heroes.
They really are. They really are. And I respect all of you. I really do. This is why I respect them. They take years of their lives, go to college, university, whatever they do, and then they come here to teach children, and then they're like, nah, you the dumb ones, we smart, we're 16, we know everything, and you know
That's what we do.
nothing."
We think we know everything, and in reality, we don't know as much as we think we do.
Oh my god. I'll say in my opinion, I know nothing.
I know a decent amount, but compared to teachers,
Yeah, we know jack squat.
there's so much more they can teach us, and there's so much more. I feel like even students can teach teachers at some point.
Absolutely. There are some things that just, there's just a point where an adult forgets what it's like to think like a kid.
Yeah.
And just think that way. So that then that gap becomes worse. So it's just like, what do you do? It's not, I'm admitting it's most of the student's fault. I give it like an 80%, but that 20% matters too. Because if some teachers have this problem. They don't have the ability to think, okay, what is this 16-year-old thinking in spring? What was it like when I was 16?
Yeah.
And they can't think like that. They can't think like that anymore, which I understand. You're 30, 40 years old, you have a job, you're teaching kids every day, all of that. I understand that.
You got to be drained by the end of the day.
You probably feel mentally and emotionally drained, and I understand it. I don't feel the same way, but I guarantee that. So it's just not a good situation.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
But we really appreciate you guys for everything you guys do.
Really, we do. So, what do you think of the podcast so far?
What do I think of the podcast? I think this podcast is incredible. Absolutely love doing it. Back when I first started YouTube, honestly, when I first started, the reason my friend was able to peer pressure me was because I wanted to edit videos. I thought it would be really fun. And I was like, okay. So I recorded a video. Super cringy, by the way. I don't recommend going to watch my old videos. But I wanted to start editing because I thought it'd be fun. And the podcast has given me the skills I've learned off YouTube. I feel like they've really helped me get here. Because if I didn't learn those skills, this podcast, the odds of it being a reality would be low. Even much lower. You'd have to find another editor, another person who knows how to do all this stuff.
Yeah, and then there'd be an adult in the room.
There'd be another adult in the room. Right now, we're running it all by students.
Yeah.
Students are the ones running it.
Yeah.
So.
That is so freaking impressive.
Yeah.
Like,
granted, staff members have definitely helped us get to this point, but right now it's being run by students.
Yeah, like, they helped us get what we needed. After that, they just said, go ahead and go nuts. And that's what
we're doing now.
We're just... I understand there's a stereotype of teenage students are just the worst.
Oh, yeah, it's
they're not good, which I understand that. But there are some diamonds in the rough. I will say that. Do I think I'm one of those diamonds? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that nothing's on fire, so it's a start. So
It's a start.
Do you think the teenage stereotype is fair?
I feel like it depends on the teenager. There are definitely some teenagers that I know. I'm friends with a whole bunch of people, and these kids are some of the nicest kids I've ever met. And actually, most of the people I talk to, actually, I would say almost all of the people I talk to are really incredible people, and they're so, what's the word? They're so like caring about other people, and they care about students, and they try to help them. But then you always have that one person that does not care, and they always just like make life harder for you. I've been on the road of hate before. Being a YouTuber, I've gotten plenty of hate comments, plenty of whatever. What you have to do is you have to use that as, instead of looking down on it and thinking worse of yourself, you need to use it as energy to get back up. I've had so many hate comments thrown at me, and I kind of just, at the beginning it was very difficult, but then I got to a point where I was just brushing them off my shoulder and using that to do better and prove these people wrong. That's what you need to do. When somebody thinks you can't do something, prove them wrong. Do it. You can do it. We all believe in you.
Life advice with Nick Fichtner, okay.
No, we're not doing life advice with me. I don't give good life advice. I kind of do.
You just did.
I kind of do.
You just did. Yes, you do. Do not deny that.
Okay, fine. I'm good at life advice.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to admit it. I don't help with that. I absolutely bully the crap out of you.
He does bully the crap out of me, but we're literally like brothers. So
yeah.
It's so, or I take it as brotherly love,
Yeah.
not anything actual hate.
So
I do the same to him all the time.
This is going to sound very crazy. I'm trying to chill more. And instead of trying to scream and panic and have a stroke, I'm trying more to be calm and explain things better. I don't know if you see that. You probably don't, which is fair. Do you see it?
A little. In our everyday lives, I see Sam Miller like every single day. I sometimes see him chilled, but then there are other times one person ticks him off. He's
I'm no longer mellow.
He's not chill anymore. He goes like into Hulk mode. So
it's just
he gets pretty mad at some points, but
yeah, I have problems with people who just do some things that just aggravate me so much.
Yeah, but that's normal. You're gonna have those people in life.
Yeah.
And again, whatever they say against you, rise up past it, take them on, prove them wrong.
I really need to do that. That's smart.
I have a lot of experience. I'm not just a teenager in high school.
Yeah. I'm saying teenagers sometimes can have great life advice.
We really can. But then I learn a lot of it from my parents. I learn it from teachers. I learn it from other staff members. And then I also learn it from friends.
I haven't taught you anything, though. I'll give you that much.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. Sam taught me not to make bad first impressions on people.
I did that, didn't I?
Yep, he did do that. I'm not going to go into that story. If you guys want that story, have me back here. Comment down below. Leave a like on this video if you want to go on that story.
Oh, that story will be great to tell one day. To everyone watching who came back, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Sam Sanchez, Matt Bove, and Nicholas Fichtner.
Yep, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything you guys have done for us. The first video blew up, and there was nothing better. The looks on our faces when it did that well, we were shocked.
Oh yeah.
You guys are amazing. We love you guys. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Have a good
Bye.
day, y'all. Bye.
See you guys later.